The story of Volkswagen begins with a dark and complex origin. In 1930s Germany, the concept of a people's car, or Volkswagen, was born from a political desire to provide affordable transportation for the masses. Ferdinand Porsche was tasked with designing a vehicle that could carry 2 adults and 3 children at speeds of 100 km per hour, all while costing less than a motorcycle. The result was the KDF wagon, a distinctive, air-cooled, rear-engine vehicle. In 1938, the factory town of Wolfsburg was established to produce it. However, mass production for civilians never truly began. With the onset of World War II, the factory shifted to military production, using forced labor to build vehicles like the Kübelwagen. By 1945, the factory lay in ruins, heavily bombed and facing an uncertain future. The survival of the company was far from guaranteed. After the war, the factory fell into the British occupation zone. Major Ivan Hurst of the British Army saw potential in the small, rounded car where others saw a relic. He saved the factory from being dismantled and placed an order for 20,000 vehicles for the British military. By 1949, the company was handed back to the German government. Under the leadership of Heinz Nordhoff, the car officially became the Volkswagen Type 1, known affectionately to the world as the Beetle. It was more than just a car. It was a symbol of West Germany's economic miracle. In the 1950s and 60s, the Beetle conquered the globe, particularly the United States, where quirky advertising campaigns helped it become a counterculture icon. Alongside it came the Type 2, the legendary transporter or microbus, which became the ultimate symbol of the nomadic hippie movement. But by the early 1970s, the aging Beetle design was struggling against more modern competitors. Volkswagen needed a revolution. In 1974, they found it with the Golf. Designed by Giorgio Giugiaro, the Golf ditched the rear-mounted air-cooled engine for a front-wheel drive, water-cooled setup. It was an instant hit, creating the blueprint for the modern hatchback. This era also saw the birth of the GTI, proving that a practical family car could also be a performance machine. Throughout the 80s and 90s, Volkswagen transformed into a global powerhouse, acquiring brands like Audi, Seat, and Skoda. They pushed the limits of engineering with the ultra-luxury Phaeton and the record-breaking Bugatti Veyron. By the early 2000s, the Volkswagen Group had grown into a massive empire, rivaling Toyota for the title of the world's largest automaker. However, in 2015, the company faced its greatest crisis. It was revealed that Volkswagen had used defeat devices in their diesel engines to cheat on emissions tests. This scandal, known as Dieselgate, cost the company tens of billions of dollars in fines and settlements. And more importantly, it shattered public trust. The fallout from the scandal forced a radical change in direction. Volkswagen pivoted away from diesel and committed to a future that was fully electric. They developed the MEB platform and launched the ID series, led by the ID.3 and the ID.4. This move wasn't just about new models. It was about reinventing the entire company for a sustainable era. As we move through 2026, Volkswagen continues to navigate a rapidly changing landscape. They are integrating software-driven features, expanding their charging infrastructure, and reviving icons like the ID Buzz, the electric successor to the classic microbus. From its grim beginnings in the 1930s to the global dominance of the Golf and the high-tech shift toward electrification, Volkswagen's history is one of resilience and transformation. It remains a company that reflects the era it lives in, constantly evolving to meet the needs of the people, just as its name originally intended. Thanks for watching.